this video, we will continue third part of unit 3. Okay, I have started already in the previous video the third part, so this is continuation of it. Okay, let's see what all contents are present. So the remaining contents of third part are, first one is profession and professionalism. Okay, who is what is profession and what is professionalism. Okay, second point is conflict of interest. Okay, that is, in case you have more interest than more than one interest if you have got in your workplace regarding that. Third is confidential and proprietary information, that is, any firm, organization will have their secrets. Okay, their secret methods. So how do you keep it in a safe place, or the one who is going to expose it, about that we will study. Next is gifts and bribes. Okay, bribes is something where you illegally give money or anything else like related to the subject, so that is illegal. About that, gifts is gifts that is given to any organization or in a meeting in the form of friendship. Okay, about that. Whistle blowing. Okay, whistle blowing is about someone who is exposing the negative comments of an organization. Okay, either internally or externally. And then last point is price fixing. We'll see about all this in the further slides. Here, let us see the term called profession. Okay, so I'll read this out. Profession is defined as an occupation, job, or vocation that requires advanced expertise, that is skills and knowledge. Okay, it is a job or occupation by someone, by a person who has skills and knowledge. Okay, self-regulation and concentrated service to the public good. Okay, their work is going to help the public. It brings a high status socially and economically. Okay, so you all got it what profession is. Now let us see what is professional. Okay, professional, it relates to a person, okay, or any work that a person does on a profession. Okay, and which requires expertise, skills and knowledge, self-regulation, and results in the public good. The term professional means a person as well as a status. Okay, so you all got it what a profession is, what professional is. So it's a small definition about it. So next is professionalism. Okay, this is a status of a professional. Okay, which implies certain attitudes or typical qualities that are expected of a professional. Okay, certain attitudes and quality of a professional that a person who is a professional person should possess. Second point is, it is defined as the services related to achieving the public good in addition to the practices of the knowledge of moral ideals. Okay, this is professionalism. So next concept is conflict of interest. Okay, conflict of interest is a term used when a professional or a person has multiple interest. Okay, more than one interest. If he or she has got more interest on different other activities, so that is what it indicates. So in case if that is the situation. If you if you want to work more than the usual working hours, or you want to put in efforts into something else, you have to get permission, okay, approved, and then you can continue. So I'll read this out. First point is, conflict of interest is the situations where professionals have self-interest, right? As I told you, self-interest, they have own interest. So second point is, employees are not allowed to engage either within or outside working hours in any other employment or any form of business activity unless prior approval is obtained from the managing director or HR department. So what does that mean? In case if the employees they want to engage themselves with the different other activity, they have to take permission, okay. Unless permission is granted, they are not supposed to engage with anything, any other activity, okay. They have to take permission from the HR department or the director, managing director, okay. Third point is, conflict of interest has been a subject of extreme importance in which employees, agents, and professionals fail to exercise proper judgment on behalf of their principals. So this is okay, it's a subject taken very important, and care should be taken about this, okay. There are few more points. Let's see. So let's continue. I'm reading this out. A conflict of interest is a situation in which a person or an organization is involved in multiple interests, right? Like I told you, they are interested in different other fields, okay? Multiple interests, financial or otherwise, and serving one interest could involve working against another, okay. So this is a situation of conflict of interest where a person or an organization is involved in different activities, different interests, okay. Second point is, typically this relates to situations in which the personal interest of an individual or organization might affect a duty owed to make decisions for the benefit of a third party, right? The it is depending on the person's interest, okay. Individuals, so either it can be a person or organization. So based on that, few decisions are going to put the third party in a more beneficial stage, okay. Next point is, the presence of conflict of interest is independent of the occurrence of impropriety, okay. Therefore, a conflict of interest can be discovered and voluntarily diffused before any corruption occurs, okay. Before any sort of undulations or corruptions can occur in and around, this can be discovered and things can sort, okay. Next point is, conflict of interest rules in the public sphere mainly focus on financial relationships since they are relatively more objective, fungible, and quantitatable, and usually involved in political, legal, and medical fields, okay. So what do they tell? Conflict of interest rules are focusing on mainly money, right? Financial relationships, okay. And they usually involve political background ones and medical fields one, okay. So this is all about conflict of interest. Even this question has been arised, okay. Write a short note on conflict of interest or explain COI, that is nothing but conflict of interest. So have a look on this concept as well. So next, another important concept is called as confidential information. Okay, students. So this confidential information, okay. So the name confidential information has the term information, right? So I'll tell you in basic first. Let's read the slides later. So this is nothing but the information that is to be kept as secret, okay, in whatever firm, whatever you do, okay. There are some important things which you should keep to yourself, okay. You can't discuss it with others, okay. You can't spread it to others, okay. You can't do all that. So that important information, okay, keeping it that as secret is nothing but confidential information, okay. We'll read further what all comes under that. Now I am reading this. Confidential information is the information which is desirable to keep secret in a government department, or also it can be a private company. So confidential information is the information that you're going to keep it as secret, okay, whether it is a government department, also in case if it is a private company, okay. Engineers and the employees are expected to keep information confidential, right? Both engineers and employees, whoever is working in that company, firm or project, they are supposed to keep their information private, that is confidential, okay. Second point is keeping confidence or confidentiality is the most important duty of any professional, okay. Confidentiality is an ethical principle associated with several professions, okay. This is something a professional is going to have it within him or her. So keeping this secret, okay, keeping your important issues of your work, keeping it confidential, okay. Third point is, here are some examples, like you will understand this very well, why you need to keep these issues personal or private, or not leaking it to others. See here, lawyers must keep clients information confidential, right? Every lawyer, you see any lawyer discussing anyone's case with anyone else, no, he is not supposed to. He is the god there, okay. That the ones coming to him is going to trust him so much that he can't do this work of letting others know about their problems, their issues. No, they can't do that. So that is how they keep it private. Now for example, doctors must keep information about their patients confidential, right? They can't relieve. Anyone comes, any random people comes and ask them what is this, what is the issue, and the general things they'll tell, but very deep personal things they are not going to open it to anyone. It is very confidential. Teachers must keep personal information about their students confidential, right? Any personal issues they have with the student, they are not supposed to discuss with other faculties, other department people. It is not at all ethical way of being such professional, okay. So confidential information is something that you keep it secret, okay. Lawyers, doctors, teachers, all these professional people are never going to reveal anything that is going to be a problem from their side, okay. They are going to keep it highly confidential, that is, they are going to keep it highly personal, okay. They are not going to relieve it to anyone. Last point is, similarly, employed engineers must keep information about their companies and clients confidential, okay. Now we are coming to technical background. The engineers and employed, even they are going to keep any information about their company or the people who work with them confidential, okay. They are expected not to to leak out any confidential information to unauthorized people, whether it is inside the company or outside the company. By any chance, they are not supposed to leak any sort of information or details. Okay, I hope you all got it. What does this confidential information means? Even this has been asked. They will ask, explain confidential information or give a short note on confidential information. Okay, please have a look on this too. Here let us see what is bribes and gift. Okay, so firstly let's see what is bribe. Okay, bribe is a substantial amount of money or goods offered beyond a stated business contract with the aim of winning an advantage in gaining or keeping the contract, and where the advantage is illegal or otherwise unethical. Okay, so basically bribes are money or either goods that is offered by one family to another family. In the case of work, okay, there's two companies like that. They offer money or goods within their contract. Okay, so that is illegal, but and also unethical, but it is carried on in and around the world. So that is bribe. Second point is bribes are illegal or immoral because they are substantial enough to threaten fairness in competitive situation, right? It is very threatening where there is heavy competition between the parties. So that is why it is very illegal. Third point is here substantial means that which is sufficient to distort the judgment of a typical person. Okay, bribes are generally given in a secret. Okay, they don't openly give. Okay, whereas gift they openly give. Okay, that will study in the next concept that is called as gifts. So bribes are given in a secret form. Okay, without anyone knowing it. It's very secret. Last point is since bribes can bias judgments, companies have given elaborate guidelines for their employees, illustrating acceptable and unacceptable gifts. But in some companies, officials are prohibited by law from accepting anything of value. Okay, it depends. Few companies accept this, few companies it is not accepted. So the bribes are they create judgments between the companies. So this is about bribe. Let us see what is under gifts. So gifts are not bribes, okay, as long as they are small gratitudes offered in the normal conduct of a business. Okay, gift is gifting someone with great love and friendship. Second point is a gift one believes is given in friendship rather than for influence. Okay, friendship is the weightage term. So gifts are given by friendship and not more than not more like influence. Third point is often companies give gifts to employees of government agencies or partners in trade. Okay, companies who are working together as partners in trade and also government agencies, they provide gifts to each other. Okay, last point is engineers should not accept money directly or indirectly from contractors or their agents in connection with the work. Okay, basically engineers should not accept any such money either directly or indirectly. Okay, if one receives gifts which will cause an embarrassing consequence for the company when made public, then the gift is considered as a bribe. Okay, if you are giving bribe in a sort of gift also, it is going to be visible and then it will not be termed as gift, it will be termed as bribe. entertainment, travel, and other social functions give rise to special difficulties, okay, to many companies. And this is all about gifts. What gift is. Now, let us see about a term. Let's understand this term called whistle blowing. Okay, whistleblower. I'm reading this point. First point. A whistleblower is a person who exposes any kind of information or activity that is deemed illegal, unethical, or not correct within an organization, that is either private or public. Okay, the one who exposes any sort of information or an activity that is conducted in a illegal and unethical manner. Okay, this is not accepted. It is not a good way of exposing any information regarding the organization. So the one who does that is whistleblower. Second point is exposing misconduct, illegal or dishonest activity is a big fear for public employees because they feel they are going against their government and country, right? It is fear that is going to sit within the public employees, that you are breaking the rules and going against government. Here are some reasons for whistleblowing. See, this can happen either. One is violation of company policy, rules, law and regulation. Okay, there is disturbance of rules and law that time. Second, treat the public interest, treat to national security, and when fraud and corruption is occurred. Okay, these are few reasons where why a whistleblowing will be started. Okay. So under whistleblowing, there are two kinds. Okay, the internal whistleblowing and external whistleblowing. Okay, under internal whistleblowing, internally a whistleblower can bring his or her accusation to the attention of other people without the accused organization. Okay, individuals who expose information regarding wrongdoing, fraud, corruption or mismanagement and report such acts inside the organization. Okay, basically this internally whistleblowing is going to occur within the inside the organization. Okay, so they expose about someone who is doing wrong, who is a fraud, who is under corruption. Okay, they expose them. Okay, that is under internal whistleblowing. So second one is external whistleblowing. Okay, this is like the one the media and the law enforcement agencies. They create one news, and whether it can be real or fake, they try to like get things out. So external whistleblowing, individuals who report of such wrongdoing or misconduct outside the organization. Okay, so that is media, law enforcement agencies, etc., are called as external whistleblowers. Okay, who talk about an organization with the help of media. Then whistleblower can reach out to the media, government, law enforcement, etc. So internal whistleblowing is the one who does the whistleblowing activities inside the organization about corruption and all the related activities. External whistleblowing are the ones who does it externally, that is outside the organization through media and other forces. Okay, so these are the types of whistleblowing. So the very last concept of third part, third part of third module is price fixing. Okay, let us go through this term called price fixing. Okay, so generally if I go to tell, it is an agreement, okay, an agreement that is carried on between different participants, okay, of the same market, right, same side of the market, to sell their product and make profit out of it, okay. A product is going to be fixed, okay, its rate is going, its price is going to fix, and based on that they are going to auction each other, okay. And the main aim of this is to attain profits, okay, through increasing the rate of the product, price of the product. And now I will read this out. First point is, price fixing is an agreement between participants on the same side in a market to buy or sell a product, service or commodity only at a fixed price, or maintain the market conditions such that the price is maintained at a given level by controlling supply and demand, okay. So basically it is an agreement between two parties or two participants, okay. They are going to either buy the product or sell it, okay, product, service, commodity, okay, at one fixed price, okay. And then they are going to maintain their supply and demand properties, okay. So that is the first point. Second point is, the intent, the main concept, the main importance of price fixing is to push the price of the product as high as possible, okay. These want to make profits here, okay. So they're going to push the price as high as possible, generally leading to profits for all sellers, but may also have a goal to fix, discount or stabilize the prices, okay. They can either vary the prices, okay, they might also keep discount, but the main overall issue is to raise the profits, okay. They want profits out of it. The defining characteristics of price fixing is any agreement regarding price, whether expressed or implied. So that is the second point. Main concept is to make profits, okay. Third point is, price fixing requires a conspiracy between two people, that is sellers and buyers, okay. So the purpose is to coordinate pricing for mutual benefit of the traders, okay. To coordinate them, this event is carried out, okay. So this is about price fixing. Previously we studied about what all did we study? We studied about bribe, right? They can ask the difference between bribes and gifts, and also they can separately explain bribes and gifts. And then we studied about whistle blowing, right? There are two types of whistle blowing, so they might ask, explain whistle blowing or with its types, and also this last concept called as price fixing, okay. So here we will complete all the we'll complete third part, and we'll finish, we are going to wind this third unit. So we've finished 3 units here. So in the next video, let us start with the fourth chapter of our subject, okay. Thank you.